All right. Well, we're on our next episode of NAFter Hours. Really excited for our next guest, somebody that I've worked with in a prior organization and somebody that is new to New American Funding. Liz Collins, sales manager for our San Jose location. Welcome to the call, Liz. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Craig, for having me.
Yeah, so obviously these are just candid calls where we come together to kind of promote you joining the organization. And I know you've been in the business for 3 decades. We didn't want to say exactly how long, and so we'll just end it there. And recently came from another independent mortgage bank after leaving a bank, and I know that it took you a little bit of time for us to kind of make you feel comfortable with this transition. But I want to just, share with those listening, what helped you to make the move to New American Funding? What helped attract you here, or what was the biggest kind of reason why you came to New American?
Well, I wanted to thank you first for letting me have my time to make a decision on that. I don't make these decisions lightly. And once I make a move, I tend to stay for a very, very long time. So thanks for your patience on that. I will say probably culture was number one for me.
Okay.
Love the energy, the culture, the transparency. I will also say the marketing team, the dedicated marketing team that and support you have. It's been amazing. But the other part of this that I always miss with certain organizations is just how inspiring the leadership team is.
Nice.
And I think, for me, it's extremely important. If I'm in that environment, I just naturally grow.
Absolutely. No, I'll kind of recap a couple of those things. Obviously we do something very unique here with regards to our marketing, where we have a local rep that helps to, ensure that you get customized local content as well as local support. Maho and her team are incredible. With that as well, you just recently attended our most recent leadership lab where we got an opportunity to come together, talk about what we're going to be doing here in 2026. And, I think really trying to go back to the pre-COVID days of really, being a united front, working together towards one common goal, which is growing the organization and spreading the brand awareness. Because, a few years back, really New American Funding was not on the map in Northern California. And,
Mhm.
we're just delighted to see the growth and to see people like yourself believe in the culture and the vision. And I think it's hard for you to, get a sense of what the culture feels like at an organization from the outside, but I know you've certainly felt it coming on board. And I admit this every day that I talk to people in the Bay Area. Customers are not really concerned about the culture of who you're working for. They want a competitive rate, and we got both. So it's
Right.
nice to have both. Well, now that you've been here a few months, Liz, maybe let me know something that is exciting for you that you didn't know about New American Funding, that when you got here you are excited to basically leverage as a tool or something that is unique to New American.
Well, I will say there was parts of New American I had no idea about. I think your NAV Cash program or our NAV Cash program now is pretty amazing. Some companies have buy before you sell, but nothing like this. So it's pretty impressive that the company would take on buying a piece of property for their client. So that was pretty impressive. I will say the other tools and being in the non-QM space, and a lot of people don't know what that is, but it's
Hmm.
not fitting into just that vanilla box all the time, especially with self-employed people, investors, etc. And that particular tool is, I think, imperative in a marketplace right now.
Absolutely. I'll just kind of piggyback off that a little bit as well. As an organizations, we really pride ourselves on having the most product, where we have 2,300 mortgage products, and the next largest competitor has like seven or 800 less. So
Mhm.
we certainly dominate that space. And to your point, we've created opportunities within the organization to help more homeowners win homes. Our VA, our veterans, our FHA borrowers, our down payment assistance borrowers have a hard time competing against cash. And our NAV Cash program, like you mentioned, is a great solution to help them get in the door before they sell their departing residence. And, what really works out to be a benefit is that listing agent that gets to sell their property, help the customer make another 3 to 5% more, which then covers that financing cost of NAV Cash. So really a great solution. And like you mentioned on the non-QM stuff as well, we do a lot of that in-house. We're not brokering it,
Right.
which separates us from our competitors, not charging prepays or points as well too, like most competitors do. And, I think that non-QM might have a bad stigma with the name. And I think it's really more of an alt documentation to help more homeowners, either on easier type of documentation or to help them bridge the gap when they write off all their expenses.
Mhm. I'll add one more thing I was really impressed in joining. It's about the investment this company has made in technology.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not second to anything. It
Yep.
is pretty impressive what's going on. It makes my job easier. It facilitates the process a lot more. So I was pretty impressed with that coming aboard.
Yeah, I mean, I think the organization has always wanted us to get out of Encompass, so it's nice that we have our own proprietary NAF link, point of sale system.
Mhm.
And this really is the ecosystem when we have ownership of other ancillary like Bonzo and MMI, it all talks to each other, including our customized marketing, and it's not off the shelf. So I'm really excited for the journey that we're on as well too with our tech enhancements. And really appreciated you taking the time with me today, Liz, to just go a little bit deeper on why you made the move to New American Funding. If you're somebody out there that maybe is, interested in just taking a look, I think that, Liz, until we talked, wasn't really interested. And once she did, she became, more interested. And I would love for you to connect with myself or Liz on the local streets if you're in that Santa Clara County. Don't hesitate to give us a call. And thanks again for joining me today, Liz.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.